It's 1789, and France is having a bit of a rough time. King Louis XVI had managed to spend all of France's money, partly by helping America win their revolution. You're welcome, guys. Now France owed more money than it could possibly repay. Classic Louis. Meanwhile, French society was split into three groups called estates: the clergy, the nobles, and literally everyone else. Guess who paid all the taxes? Peasants were taxed on bread, wine, salt, basically everything they needed to survive. And while peasants starved, Marie Antoinette was spending a small country's GDP on parties. She supposedly said, "Let them eat cake." She probably didn't, but honestly, it fits. By 1788, bread prices skyrocketed. People were genuinely starving. Louis finally decided to do something about it. He called a meeting. The Estates General. A meeting that hadn't been called in 175 years. What could go wrong? The Third Estate quickly realized their vote counted for basically nothing. So they did what any sensible group would do. Walked out and started their own meeting. They called it the Tennis Court Oath, swearing not to stop until France had a real constitution. Louis heard about this and panicked. Sort of. Actually, he mostly just shrugged. He started moving troops toward Paris. The people of Paris noticed. And they were not going to just sit there. On July 14th, 1789, an angry mob stormed the Bastille prison. There were only 7 prisoners inside. Didn't matter. The revolution had officially begun. Bastille Day. Now France's national holiday. Not bad for a Tuesday. Louis was told about the Bastille. His diary entry for that day. Nothing. Literally nothing. The National Assembly got to work drafting the Declaration of the Rights of Man. Liberty, equality, fraternity. 3 words that would echo through history. Then 6,000 women marched to Versailles to have a word with the king. Louis came out to meet them, bravely, or because he had absolutely no choice. He was invited to move from Versailles to Paris. The invitation was not optional. Now the king was essentially a prisoner in his own capital. Awkward. In 1791, Louis tried to flee France in disguise. Bold strategy. He was recognized by his face on a coin. Maybe wear a mask next time, buddy. He was brought back to Paris in complete silence. No cheering, just stares. Meanwhile, other European monarchies were not happy about this whole revolution thing. France declared war on Austria, then Prussia, then basically everyone. And out of the chaos emerged Maximilien Robespierre, a man with a plan. He was brilliant, incorruptible, and absolutely terrifying. A dangerous combo. Jean-Paul Marat had his own newspaper calling for heads to roll. Literally. Radicals seized control of Paris, pushing the revolution further and further left. Louis was put on trial for treason against the French people. The vote was close, but guilty won. On January 21st, 1793, King Louis XVI was executed by guillotine. Every monarch in Europe collectively lost their minds. They formed a massive coalition to destroy the French Revolution. France was now at war with everyone. Robespierre now led the Committee of Public Safety. Great name. Not actually about safety. Anyone suspected of being an enemy of the revolution could be arrested. And the definition of enemy got broader every week. The guillotine worked around the clock. 17,000 people were officially executed. Marie Antoinette was also put on trial. The charges were extensive. Even on her way to execution, she accidentally stepped on the executioner's foot and apologized. Manners until the end. But Robespierre wasn't done. The terror kept growing. Even fellow revolutionary Georges Danton said enough was enough. Robespierre's response: add him to the list. Danton roared at his trial, "My name will live forever in the pantheon of history." But who watches the watchman? The terror was eating its own children. His own colleagues started worrying their names might be next. In July 1794, Robespierre gave a speech hinting at more arrests. Nobody wanted to guess who, so they arrested him first. Robespierre did not see that coming. The man who sent thousands to the guillotine was sent there himself. The reign of terror was over. Paris breathed again. They called this the Thermidorian reaction, the moment the revolution pulled back from the edge. France set up a new government called the Directory. 5 guys, 0 competence. They were corrupt, chaotic, and deeply unpopular. The perfect setup for someone to swoop in. And someone was absolutely ready to swoop. Napoleon Bonaparte, military genius, political mastermind, noticeably short. He'd already won spectacular victories in Italy, turning a scraggly French army into a conquering force. The Directory needed a hero. Napoleon was very happy to volunteer. In 1799, he staged a coup and took control of France. Fast. He made himself first consul, which is basically just emperor with extra steps. To be fair, he also modernized France's laws, built roads, reformed schools, and stabilized the economy. In 1804, he crowned himself Emperor of France. He didn't let the Pope do it. He did it himself. He then went on to conquer most of Europe, just casually, which made everyone else even more nervous than the revolution had. Then Napoleon made his most famous mistake. He decided to invade Russia. Russia is very big. Russia is very cold. Napoleon discovered both facts too late. Out of 600,000 soldiers who entered Russia, fewer than 100,000 came back. Europe's coalition pounced. Napoleon was defeated, captured, and exiled to the island of Elba. He escaped, came back, got defeated again, then exiled somewhere much further away. So what did the French Revolution actually accomplish? Quite a lot, actually. It gave the world the idea that ordinary people have rights, that governments must respect. The ideals of liberty and equality spread around the globe, inspiring revolutions for centuries to come. Louis and Marie Antoinette, paid the ultimate price for a system they barely created and couldn't fix. Robespierre proved that revolutions can become exactly what they're fighting against. And Napoleon? He spent his exile writing about how great he was. Classic. Today, France celebrates Bastille Day every July 14th. Fireworks, parties, and very good bread. Bankruptcy, bread shortages, a stormed prison, a king's trial, a reign of terror, and a short emperor who conquered Europe. The French Revolution didn't just change France. It changed the entire world's idea of what government should be. And that was the French Revolution. OverHistoried style. If you survived this video without losing your head, smash that like button and subscribe. Seriously though. Nothing. The man wrote nothing in his diary on the day the revolution started. History. It's absolutely, certifiably, 100% unhinged.